Hi everyone, thank you very much for joining me. This is a video specifically for North Node in Cancer, or North Node in the 4th house, and of course South Node in Capricorn or in the 10th house, because these are equivalents. This is important also because right now we have North Node in Cancer. So this is a very, very exciting time for us to realize who we are. If you have this in your chart, if you have North Node in Cancer or 4th house, there's not likely to be enough time or enough space for who you are. It's like you're knocking on the door saying, excuse me, please never apologize, okay? Where are you? Who's going to the party with me? Who's going to take me there? Who's going to help me with my shopping? Who's going to help me at the store? So it's like you're perhaps very inquisitive, because you are actually a very, very needed person, and you understand that. So there is something about you guys, perhaps 4th house, North Node, Cancer North Node, that is important, and you want our attention, perhaps want it all the time. Unfortunately, even if it is for monetarily exchange, it is not ever going to be balanced. So even if you're looking for like the best therapist, even if you're looking at the best doctor who can help you with who you are and understand the truth about what you bring and who you might be, all of this very epic stuff eventually lands on its face and doesn't actually provide you that much time or courage later on. So it's very, very easy to get withdrawn. Excuse me, the attention that it takes for us sometimes to listen to you is immense. It's very, very intentional, also what you do and how much time and how much spice you put into everything. How you cook, how you wear clothes, how you mean something to yourself and others is very, very supreme, and it's very surprising for us. So like, for example, you might be a born poet, and you might at the same time want everyone to know you for something else. Maybe you want everybody to see how beautiful is your home, or you want everybody to fully commit and realize what you've done. And you guys look for commitment in people and things that is just not, it's just not viable, it's not due, or it's just not yet time. And these are the people that usually get very angry, very catastrophically offended by things and other people that are perhaps just not up to you to decide, or just not up to you to design. So for example, you might get very emotional, very enormous about somebody like who does not love you and doesn't even know you exist, who really doesn't care about who you are. But should they, for example, read your blog, or for example, should they know about you in third person, from a second party, it might actually last. So this is the universal conundrum of a Cancer North Node, 4th house North Node. The more personal and the more public and the more needy you're feeling, the more you kind of are. But there are ways in which you have to wait in line. Maybe it's not time to publish your book yet. Maybe it'll take 10 years for you to publish your book. Wait. The more needy and catastrophic you feel, life is, the more you're going to get the feeling of being a mistake, the feeling of having others mistake you for something that you're not. But everybody kind of loves you a lot. So this is a very, very interesting conundrum here. So about you, there might be a rumor like, oh my God, he's such a nice guy. He is such a nice guy. Nobody really knows who you are. Maybe nobody's reading your blogs yet, but everybody just is onto you for being somebody quite important and very true. We all know you, and we all want you to have fun, and also sensuality, romance, beauty, and trust that for now as it is, as it should have always been, and that's right. Some of the time it might be entirely boring or not easy to recognize as to why or how come, but you'll be invited, or you'll be shown the way, even ushered through when it's time. But are you ready when it's time? You will get ushered through. Excuse me, please come with me. Ushered through. One of the greatest charts for sensuality and therapy through, how can I say, like knowing that sometimes it's just time. Very beautiful energy for children. Very beautiful time also to consider, as we are in a North Node in Cancer right now. So one of the greatest things about you guys is that you don't really want to, though, at the same time be where you're placed. You can see, like, it's just like always a conundrum. Like, say somebody says, hey, come on, come with me, I'll take you somewhere. No. It's like you could like meet the most influential person of your life, also now around this time, and just say, no, no, even though it's time, and perhaps this is really timed, you know, also for me now as I'm learning about this, to basically just be there when you are placed, where you are, invited where you are, ushered to, and it's like no joke, like some of the time you will not be there because you think you're meant to be somewhere else. And you can also like fight nail and teeth for the position of power or the position of control that you don't even like. There is like a chance you could be fighting for a presence in your life that you don't even understand, or you could be even like unlikely to win or unlikely to have success somewhere, but yet you are here and you want it to grow. And the unlikely choice is the one that you usually pursue. And the luckiest thing also about us people with any influence, you know, of the Cancer North Node, is we are all kind of under this influence now, is just be you, just be you. Just be you. Just do you. Just do you, you guys. Just do you. Like, whatever it takes, however much time you spend, you know, in front of the mirror, really doesn't matter. Whatever you wear is fine. Any kind of cosmetics, any kind of alternative medicines, any kind of alternative anything is always going to just basically make you just who you are, and in the end it just makes you more and more interesting, possible, and enjoyed by people. So basically you're just making yourself more obvious and more global and more optimal for choice. Other people choose you much better than you choose other people, perhaps, or another human being might have a greater eye for where you bring the greatest light than you. And this is like a really, really unhappy thing, because someone might say something very, very yucky for you, you know? Like they might say, oh, wow, you're so beautiful. You could be like a YouTube presenter or something. Oh, la 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 la. Or you could like do the radio. And you'll just say, oh my God, how can you put me into that tiny little box? When I'm like, say, a grand big oracle, or like I'm a grand big Noah of the stars, or like I'm a great this, or I'm a great that. Why would you put me down like that? And it's like, sometimes it's all that is. And sometimes you have to basically not sugarcoat it. When you've been strategized by another person, where you've been stereotyped by another person, even offered employment by another person, or like even offered the night by another person, please have a look at it and don't be long. Make a choice really fast. There are lots of people that perhaps recur in your life, recur because they want you for a certain thing, and that's fine. It's basically respect and bless those that are typecasting you in a sense, because they are working with you. If you really don't want to be cast in a certain way, if you don't want to be like placed in a certain way, if you really aren't comfortable with a certain role or a certain job in your life, basically be blessed. Okay, so someone keeps on typecasting you, for example, in a certain role, like say as a housewife, and you just say no, 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 to no avail am I a housewife. But at the same time, it keeps on happening, and there's like a string of people that keep on putting you into the same space. Trust that, at least for now, but there are going to be lots of ways in which you completely destroy the previous concepts, but trust you eventually are. So one of the greatest things about you guys, North Node and Cancer, 4th house, is that trust you are. Trust, you are trust, you know, you are blessing because you are so good, you know, you are like, you know, trustworthy. And there are certain parts of you guys that are incorruptible or non-perishable, and there's like a non-perishable supply, or like a stimulus, or strength that comes out of nowhere sometimes. And on the other hand, there's also cruelty and corruption that comes out of nowhere sometimes as well. So trust you do and trust you are, but at the same time it comes with shadow, and sometimes it is not seen or understood by another, but it will never make sense until the very last drop, the very last time, or that very, very sacred, special feeling. There's something very sensual about you guys. Till that very last feeling, or till that orgasm, or till that very last sentence, or that very last impression, it does not make sense. So sometimes like building, doing, showing up, making sense, you know, making other people rich, making other people happy, making other people feel like they are worth the world, and at the same time it doesn't quite make sense until that very last, it's like that very last drop, you know. And that's how come some of us sometimes, you know, during a time like this also, really discover things only later on. You know, it's like only later on you find out that somebody really loved you this whole time. You know, only later on you find out that somebody was really offering you a job, but you thought they were just taking the piss, you know. And only later on do you find out what is your true shape or like your true place in society or culture. And that's one of those very, very funny and futile times actually now, as you might in this pig year, as we're going through this globally in 2019, find out you could have done this whole time. You could have just been that the whole time. And it's not really up to us how, you know, we feel sometimes how we decide. You've been typecast, you've been put together, you've been placed into a show, you've been placed into a situation or a story. That's right. That's right. Just work it out, find your feet and move as well. So you are changing, moving and shaking beyond what you know. If your North Node is close to the IC, also, and your South Node is close to the MC. You may not like it, but you have been chosen, okay? Being chosen by us, being chosen for us. And as I have been talking about this in October 2019, there is a choice. We are chosen and we are a choice. There is an array of different positions and situations for us. And that's a very interesting thing that we don't even know how much time we could have at the end saved or gained if we just helped ourselves to that which was offered. So it's like Garden of Eden, yeah? You were just offered, and right it is. The offer is the choice. So thank you very much. Offer and choice. 4th house, North Node, Cancer North Node, offer and choice. What's on offer? What is on like what is on tap? Try not to speak badly of anything that comes to you in surplus. Certain people, certain type of hospitality, certain type of income, certain situations, certain jobs, certain perhaps for you like low life or low level situations. The low level stuff, you know. For example, being addictive to another person, having obsessions about you. People that don't belong with you, staying with you, you know, all of this, there is something about it that is actually beyond life. And basically, don't say no. You have a bombardment of certain situation, try to wriggle out of it, but just take it as it comes, especially you've got a pattern. So pattern, okay, Cancer 4th house, best place for the moon as well. So concept is high. The concept is high, especially when you deliver yourself from basically obstruction of self and being afraid of who you are to another person and being afraid of how you are with other people. So don't be scared, everything gets better over time. And if you are with a family or if you can't find a family, the choice is not you, the choice isn't your lifetime even, as sometimes genetic shifts, sometimes like falling in love and wanting to form a house with some of the weirdest people in the world, or like walking into the fire, the flames, thinking that was the most comfortable place in the world for you. So definitely have a look as to how you can be a little bit more open, but also a little bit more scarce, you know, when you're understanding that your time has been abused or you are abusing you. So thank you very much, Cancer and 4th house, North Node. I hope that you can see the patterns and enjoy who you are and what you are bringing into this world. So thank you very much. Enjoy, and I'll see you later. Bye.